What's your reaction to this story that the French government has agreed to return $150 million of Nigeria's money stolen by the late military dictator, Sani Abacha?
Thank you very much. We were elated because all along we've been hoping that the whole of what has been discovered as part of the looted fund by the former military dictator Sani Abacha will be repatriated to Nigeria successfully. And as some of the amount is being repatriated, so are new ones being discovered. A number of consultants, I believe, are working on banks in all those safe havens towards discovering more. So, but then you know that it is not a free ride for Nigeria to recover those loots, because even those countries who can be described as a receiver of stolen property are giving us conditions, that would make them to release those monies to us, which ought not to be, because what we thought is that Nigeria or the Office of Attorney General will take it up maybe through United Nations, that the countries where the stolen monies have been domiciled should actually pay interest on those loots, because they have been using it to help their own economy. But now, for example, the one that the France is returning to us is being given to us as if they are magnanimous and they are giving us grants to use in certain area that they will define for us. That is not the fault of France, actually. It is the fault of our leaders that don't really apply money, even the one budgeted for in Nigeria, to those projects that they spelled out in their appropriation, act. Rather, it will go to private pocket. Maybe that is the reason why Europeans and Americans are telling us what to spend our money on. But it is a gratifying thing that the money that has been discovered, we are talking about 700, million US dollars. We are in Europe, we have some hefty amounts in euro. There are others in sterling and all that.
Okay.
So then it is better late than never.
Okay, Mr. Adeniran, sorry to jump in here, but what specific measures or steps can the anti-corruption community or anti-corruption campaigners recommend to ensure that the repatriated funds are used for the benefit of the Nigerian people and not subjected to further corruption or misappropriation?
It is not even only the anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria that are monitoring the spending of the money. Even the French authorities are also tracking the money. They want to be sure that it is applied to projects and programs that will affect the life of all Nigerian people. That means that they have to be applied into capital projects, such as education, health, or generally in social sector, and maybe to uplift the economy of the ordinary people. And for us, we know where we are lacking. Soft loans should be granted small and medium scale entrepreneurs so that they will be able to engage in viable economic activities. And for food storage, for food production, there should be a way that food bank will be expanded in such a way that perishable goods that are coming from our farms will not be allowed to be perished. To perish without serving
Okay.
the purpose of feeding Nigerians.
All right. Interesting, Mr. Debo.
Facilities.
Yes, Debo Adeniran, sorry about that, but I just want to quickly ask you, in the context of this successful recovery of looted funds, what lessons can be drawn for other countries and even international organizations in combating corruption and in repatriating stolen assets from corrupt leaders?
The lessons that should be drawn is that Nigerian authorities should make it difficult, if not impossible, for our political leaders, those that constitute our government, into whose hands we entrust the wealth of this country, do not have the opportunity of stealing our money or ferrying them abroad. It is the unfiltered assets that Abacha had during his period that he would just instruct the central bank governor to bring out money, usually in cash, and such cash are ferried into the next available plane and transported to safe havens in Europe, America, and even in some other Scandinavian countries. So all of this should not be allowed. And maybe the present administration, having instituted a project tracking system, will ensure that when the money comes, Nigerians are able to have a say in how the money should be applied, and the authorities should ensure that they don't deviate from whatever budgetary or maybe plans that they make for the utilization of the money. Then the anti-corruption agencies should activate their monitoring system by ensuring that the ACTU, that is Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit of ICPC, that should have a desk in all the MDAs, are well activated and motivated to the extent that before any money is released, or when it is released, before it's allowed to go to procurement, they monitor where it is going and how the procurement exercise will take place. If it is a contract, the contract should be monitored by the Bureau of Public Procurement using the template that has been created by the act that set it up, so that there will be checks and balances along the way.
Okay.
Then the National Assembly should not fail in performing its oversight functions on FDAs into whose hands this money will be allocated.
Okay.
And we people, we in the civil society and you guys in the media should also put your house in order. Then we should also track the money. We should follow the money from the area, from the point of release to the point of utilization, to ensure that the quality, value for money is achieved. If we did that, it will be difficult for those who pocket large chunk of the money, or those who take bribe and give bribe. It will be very difficult for them to perpetrate such heinous crime.
All right. What challenges do you perceive, Debo? What challenges do you, or even obstacles do you foresee in the repatriation process, and how can these or how are these challenges overcome in the case of the $150 million returned by the French government?
Well, there's no longer, the obstacles are no longer there, because it is just part of the loot, not all the loot that is being repatriated for now from France. So, and the French government has made it mandatory for Nigeria to come up with what projects the money will be applied upon, so that they will know and be able to track it with concerned Nigerians like you and the rest of us. So basically, the hurdle has been scaled already. by the Office of Attorney General and the Ministry of Finance, Auditor General Office and Ministry of Finance. They are the ones to receive the money. I hope they have not even received it already. So it is just that Nigerians should be vigilant through your investigative journalism and investigative civil society activism too, so that we will not allow our common patrimony to be taken away, to be filtered away the way Abacha did to almost 10 years budget of Nigeria, all alone in his family name. And you remember, if not because of the Office of Attorney General in Minister of Justice in France, we wouldn't have been able to repatriate, to even discover where this money is being kept, just like it happened in Switzerland. So it is the government and some officials in those countries that are helping us to track the money in whichever bank they are being.
Debo, thank you so much.
And informing us about it, not that we discover them by ourselves.
Interesting. Very, very fantastic interesting analysis from you. It has been a pleasure having you on the news this afternoon. Debo Adeniran, Executive Director, Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership. And like you said, we right here on News Central TV will do our best to also follow the money. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.